Okay. All right. Log in because I want you to see me. I would like to see you as well. Let me I'm gonna log get the camera going for my phone so you can see me on my phone. There we go.
In progress.
Okay. You can see me now, right?
Yeah, no, I can't see you.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, I can see you now.
You can see me now, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, perfect. So now I'm echoing. Okay, let me try this. Okay. Okay. Hello?
Hey, can you see me?
I can't see. Oh, now I can see you.
Okay, perfect.
All right, Peter, how you been, man? Hello?
Hey, I can hear you.
Okay, good stuff. So how are you, man?
I am doing very well. How about yourself?
Doing great, man. Yeah, so I'm just here to connect and build, man. You know, that's the main thing. Me, I'm all about wealth creation, all about especially within the Black community, you know. So you know, I'm happy to see you on board. I got many people as partners in this digital franchise from the Indian community. You know, they see it right away, so I have white people on board. And I want to get more Black people on board, man. But it comes with a mental shift and just understanding how businesses work and how you have to build businesses. But that's the only way anyone's gonna be free. That's the only way anyone's breaking out the rat race. Right?
That's right.
Exactly. So I just want to know more about you, right? So you know, the main thing right now is I know you've seen online and stuff like that, some stuff about the digital franchise. So if you could just tell me, like, you know, what was it, you know, that caught your attention, about this digital franchise?
Yeah. No, thank you so much. I feel like what caught my attention was, I mean, I've seen familiar businesses in the States with similar products, but
Hmm.
they're just solo companies, right? And they have a subscription model, or you buy a product, right? But then
Hmm.
with digital franchising, it was most okay. This product could actually work, and you could actually meet more like-minded people, and you could also make money off it. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, and and I feel like essentially I'm not looking forward to doing this like full time or whatever, but I
Hmm.
feel like I just like the type of colleagues and mentorship opportunities that it kind of brings you down the road, like impacting people's lives. Seeing somebody that was overweight and then they're
Yeah.
using product and they're feeling good, they're feeling better. I feel like that's always a good thing for me. So
Yeah, and I'm gonna go over that in a bit with the conversation and the presentation, you know, in terms of the weight loss, because it's proven weight loss product, right? And you know, it's working, you know, and that's why it's growing so fast because of what it does. But this meeting, you know, pretty much what I want is I just want to see, you know, where you are, you know, right now, just in life in general, you know, what you're looking for, right? And see whether we could help, whether we're a good fit. We're building teams out here, and we need people that are kind of on the same vibration. You know what I mean? And with that, yeah, we definitely want to grow, together, grow together and really build something, like partner up and build something, right? And the support's fully there, but I need to just get an idea in terms of what you currently do. Like, so what is it that you currently do right now?
hey, so right now, I do work in the real estate sector as a building operator, but
Nice.
I'm kind of shifting into the private market and real estate development as well.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. And in the real estate in the shift, why did you make that shift?
What'd you say?
You said that you're making a shift right now in from the real estate in the real estate you're shifting kind of your focus. So why are you making that shift?
No, no. So I'm shifting my focus from just maintaining and running a building to actually going on the development side of it, and also kind of raising money for things like that.
Nice.
Because don't. I'm just 25 years old, but my dad is a old school developer, and he told me, well, for you to kind of succeed in this industry, you got to start from the bottom up and
Mm-hmm.
understand how it works. So I feel like that's what I've done with the past 2 years, and I'm like, okay, man, I think I've spent it now. Now I
Yeah.
want to build my building.
Yep.
So yeah, so
Nice.
that's the approach. That's why I'm transitioning.
That's amazing. And how long have you been doing that for?
2 years.
2 years. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of the position, how tough like say in terms of like like why is that important to you now though? Like to make that shift.
Because essentially that's what I always wanted to do, right? But they just told me you just can't start from the top, you know?
Mm.
Fortunately, like
Yep.
you gotta pick a spot and you start from there.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Yeah. So you work, ins and outs and everything, right? Just like they say, the owner of a big chain restaurant, they started as the janitor, and then they made burgers, and then they made the fries, and they made everything before they, started owning and building their empire, right?
Yeah, you definitely it definitely makes sense. I mean, in the process of being the janitor or whatever, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's really painful, right? Because you may have colleagues that are just doing well, but
Mm-hmm.
oh, and but I mean, what you're doing is that you're kind of working on yourself, you're understanding your industry, and it's just a matter of time. You acquire the right knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
the right connections, and yeah, you kind
Mm-hmm.
of start doing what you're supposed to do. So.
Okay. Okay. So in the past 2 years, right? Besides not being able to build, your own company, right? And like in terms of the full construction and the projects, right? Do you the process and everything like that it takes to build up? Because obviously development, it's not as easy. There's more risk on your side, right?
Oh yeah, no. Like I said, man, like, growing up, I used to be a construction helper in my daddy's sites. So man, just seeing the pre-construction, things, just kind of buying the land, working with the city, getting financing in place, contractors,
Mm-hmm.
getting tenders, then then you kind of cross into construction phase where it's like, well, you're constructing, and now there's injuries, there's all these things, there's
Mm-hmm.
all these things, there's delays, budget overrun.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I've kind of seen it all, and
Yeah,
and I feel like I just can't wait to just get into it. It's something that I'm really passionate about.
nice,
Providing people with a place to live, work, play, and stay. So I've seen it all. I've seen it growing up. So I feel like I want to be part of that. So
nice,
yeah.
nice. So your dad, where's he build? Is it here in Canada or a different country?
I know you build back home.
Back home. Where are you from?
I'm from Uganda.
Uganda. Oh, nice, nice. One of my good childhood friends is from Uganda.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Barnett Lugemwa and Brian Karanga. You know Brian?
No, I don't know Brian.
Oh, because he moved to Alberta. You said you're in Alberta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but I think he moved. I think he may have moved back, but he actually lived in Alberta for like a good five or more years. Yeah,
Mm.
he was yeah yeah he was working the oil stuff
Oh, you wanted that
for
quick money, hey?
yeah. He was out there for a few years and he came back. But now Alberta is really really developing. Even with this digital franchise. Yeah, even if we connected 2 days ago, we had a launch that was going on over there. But it's gonna be happening because we're actually expanding out in Alberta as well. So I definitely connecting with the team out there. Once we get you on board, to do that. But yeah, man, I wanted to just go in. So what are your goals? Like I know, yes, you build into construction development. Why? What's the reasoning for wanting do such big tasks and take such big risks. I know your family's in it. I guess it's in the bloodline. But personally with you, like why is it that you're looking to dream so big?
Oh no, it's that's just my calling. It's like how some people call into being a doctor or a pilot.
Yeah.
Mine is just I just like providing people with a place to live,
Hmm.
work, play, and stay. It just gives me joy at the end of the day,
Hmm.
right? So I mean,
Hmm.
kind of going from I'm just not going to just build them. I feel like I also want to get into mortgage investment corporations as well, right? And
Hmm.
things like that entire process, right? By one step at a time. So, but yeah, it just makes sense to me. It's just so clear.
Hmm.
It's just so much peace and certainty around it, right?
Yeah. I actually
Yeah.
have some clients I'm gonna put you in contact with. I have a client that wants to invest out there, in Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
Whether initially his initial thought was just getting a property, right? But if you're in the development lane, you know what I mean? Like that's a better opportunity for him. So I'm definitely gonna connect you with him as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
What is he looking on doing here?
Well, initially he wanted an investment property, right? So he just wanted like something because right now they have a lot of stuff that's you buy it, you get a 2-year rental guarantee, right? And stuff like that. Like that's pretty much everything in Alberta is that right now. You buy it, they're gonna get tenants in there for 2 years guaranteed. Free property management for 2 years. Like they have a lot of incentives for investors to invest there, right? So I was telling him about it. He was interested, but yeah, he does want his. So initially, it was just a property that he wanted to get, right? But at the same time, like maybe he could invest in the development. Like what
Oh yeah.
in terms of your first kind of project, like what were you looking to build? Like,
Oh yeah. My first project is I'm looking at building like a fourplex
mhm,
on a 50 by 150 lot.
nice.
I mean, those are pretty marketable here. Where I mean, Alberta is just a really good spot for that right now. The zoning just favors it,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's like you buy a nice really corner lot at around 370, knock it down. Get your demolition permit and all that good stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah. Most of the times you assess if you need to upgrade the utilities on that lot or anything, but most times you can just tap into the pre-existing utilities. So the land servicing is already done for you, and the permitting process is just super quick, 30 days, 45 days, kind
Hmm.
of. And the contract is everywhere here. So I mean, Alberta is just booming. It just seems to be the place for real estate. So
Yeah.
for development. So yeah.
Okay. And how's the financing going? Like, are you getting financing? And like the different avenues that you're using is the money being freed up? Because over here in GTA right now, everyone's kind of holding on to their money. I don't know, how is it over there?
Yeah, so what I've seen, most of the folks kind of structure it out here is they kind of use private money, and this is high net worth individuals kind of invest in their projects.
Hmm.
That's why I'm going into the private market industry, right?
Hmm.
And so once you have an investor already giving you equity into the deal, then it's going to be easy for the bank to kind of give you that loan to value ratio in that project that you're doing.
Hmm.
And so that's how people are putting deals together here. So yeah.
Nice. So do you have any investors lined up already?
Oh, I have a few leads already. So
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, man. Hey, what? That's another thing we could partner on, man. Like that, like with this business, this is just one partnership, man. Like I'm all about partnering. You see Shaquille O'Neal. I don't know if you heard his interview, but he said, people are asking him, where you hey, you retired for so many years. How are you how you still have all this money? He's like partnership. He's like, I get it, I partner. I just get in different businesses and I partner. I do partnerships, right? And
mm,
it's this is the key that we need to know more of, especially in the Black community. I'll be honest, especially in the Black community, we need to know more about partnerships. Most people want to do everything by themselves, but with partnerships, you can really leverage, and it makes things easier, to really get to where you're going. So in more ways, definitely would love to discuss. I would love to see, the plans that you have for the fourplex, the kind of capital you're looking to raise, and even with capital raising, if there's commission payouts on that. I have a good decent network, of people with some available money that, if the project's good, then I could probably get some funds allocated your way. We just may work out a deal, where, I could be somewhat of a external sales rep for you, right? To go
Oh,
out. How does that sound?
that sounds good. So you're kind of talking about trailer fees, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. No, yeah, that happens here, man. People doing that, like you said, it's about partnerships
Hmm.
and just adding that value, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
So that's
Yeah.
good, man. That's good. Good stuff. Good stuff. So with the business, like right now, you're engineered. Like, do you also invest in other businesses? Like you said in the U.S. And over there, you heard of different businesses. Like, do you invest in other businesses? Are you investing in anything else?
No, no, I'm kind of picky right now.
Okay,
It just has to be very aligned with
with
real
what you're doing.
estate,
Yep.
with what I'm
Yep.
doing.
Yep.
Especially, I feel
Yep.
like most of the people in this franchise thing, I've kind of seen most of them have a background in real estate. So I'm like, oh,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
this is actually a nice spot to be, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's still gonna be my core. My core is raising capital for my developments, and
Nice.
but aside, man, I'm like, why is this real estate profession is all in this Dicto franchise? I'm like, is that something I'm
Exactly.
not saying about this or what?
Exactly, exactly. No, no, it's good that you're paying attention. That's for sure, right? I will say, definitely network has grown, since I've been involved with this business, and I seen it just like you, just to have the network of people, around. I even just from being in a digital franchise, there's a project in Niagara, another digital franchise partner, that I connected with. He has 90 units he's building in Niagara. So he put me onto that project. Like pretty much so many more opportunities open up just because the network that's there. And yeah, you're right. I would say about 90% of the people are in real estate, as either real estate agents, real estate developers, mortgage brokers, lenders, financiers, commercial, and residential. Like, a lot of people in our industry are on this digital franchise, right? And one of the main reasons why is just that it pays cash flow, good, but most importantly, it's goodwill, because it's actually healing people, right? And yeah, I definitely, I'm gonna get into the presentation, because it's something that all of us need, and we know the healthcare industry is $1 trillion industry, right? And we have first movers advantage, because this is just expanded into North America, so it's people like you and me and other realtors, we see opportunity. You know what I mean? When you see opportunity, then it's something that it makes sense to jump on. In terms of my introduction to it was from a realtor as well, Bikram Desange. So Bikram Desange, he's known out here in the GTA, and he pre-construction. He sells about like 400 condos a year. Like,
Wow.
yeah, he sold over billions of dollars in real estate, and yeah, he pretty much introduced me to this, right? And then Raquel, who is my direct partner on here. She's also a realtor as well, and she focuses on multifamily real estate, right? And Bikram, though, he got involved through Rav Malik, right? And Rav Malik, you'll get to know him. But Rav Malik, yeah, he invested in real estate now, but he's pretty much was on this digital franchise from time, and him and Bikram were close friends, right? And right, just recently, a year and a half ago, he approached Bikram from another time. Bikram been actually using the products for over 10 years, right? And from using the products, he lost over 80 pounds. So he was overweight. He lost over 80 pounds, and he's just using it because it works. So he's just using the product, not knowing that Rav was building this serious business at the same time. So Rav approached Bikram, and he told him that he wanted to buy a building in Toronto, and he had 7 million in the bank just to invest, in a building. And Bikram knew Rav from time. He's like, "What do you mean you have 7 million in the bank to invest? Like, what are you talking about? I know you." Like, he's like, "Yeah, the same product that you're using, I earn 1.5 million a month from it." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "All right, let me see your account." So Rav showed it to him, and currently, like within the past year and a half, real estate hasn't been the same. And it's not based on the work ethic. It's more based on market conditions. And Calgary, yes, it's still bubbling, it's still hot, but over here in the GTA, it did slow down. So real estate is transactional. And I know you've seen his video. If you went on the website, you've seen him talking about it, right? And real estate's transactional. So each year your income's it's not guaranteed. It's pretty much based on the work that you do, right? And even in all forms of business, your bottom line's not really predictable, because it all depends on how you're generating your business, right? I actually have a close friend of mine who is a developer, and I'm actually meeting with him next week about this digital franchise, because right now he's kind of tight on cash, and he's a developer, right? He has a project it just went in power of sale, and it's not like he doesn't have the funds. It's just that the loan amount was just getting ridiculous, right? And it was taking long for the project to launch because of red tape, right? So having an additional income source, it can do so much, especially since you're in control of it, right? And and from Bikram, when Bikram's seen it and he's seen Rob making that 1.5 million a month, he just ran with this business, and within a year and a half, now he's earning about 160K a month cash flow, right? These numbers are really realistic with this industry, because it's an industry that's growing at a fast pace, right? But I'm going to get into the presentation just to break it down to you. I share with you the simplicity of it, right? Because it is really simple, right? And and with simplicity, it's all about systems, right? And with systems, as we have systems, the simplicity is key, because the simplicity is what makes people really get it, and at the same time, it makes it duplicatable very fast. So with the company, we're in a 1% mission. We have a 1% mission, right? And the 1% mission is pretty much 1% of wherever you're at, right? So in Ontario, there's 15 million people, right? We're in Calgary, I believe it's 5 million, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's 5 million. So it's a 1% mission. We're just expanding into Canada, so it's pretty much a blue ocean. It's a blue ocean right now, and it's first movers advantage, because the thing is, Stats Canada reports that over 90% of the people that are living in this world, technically, but in Canada, the US, are metabolically unhealthy. All right. And, metabolic health is determined by blood glucose, weight circumference, triglycerides, HDL cholesterol, blood pressure. Right. And this is a study from Stats Canada, right, that 90% of people have issues with their gut health, with their physical health, right? And because of that, there's a big opportunity, right? So the Feel Great system right? As you see, these are just some testimonials. You know, people are saving money, losing weight. The IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, you know, which is a gut issues. You know, they're nowhere to be found. Lost 30 pounds. You know, save money and no more antidepressants, right? Reduce insulin, lost 14 pounds in 2 months, size large, medium, lost 7 pounds. Looking forward, savings makes the system pay for itself, right? This person's down on groceries because you know, they're not eating unhealthy as unhealthy because the product makes you eat healthier, right? Down 50 pounds. My anxiety's gone. No more chest pains. Acid reflux is gone. I feel amazing, and I'm only on day 16. Down 25 pounds. Was 11.5, now 6.5 in terms of blood pressure. Tons of money, 5K, great savings. So people are saving. I'm going on 3 months, right? There's actually more testimonials. Let me show you this. This is one of our WhatsApp groups that we have, right? So we see a lot of testimonials that are here. See, people are interested in Egypt. We had the Alberta launch the other day, right? So you know, a lot of activities going on. There's a lot of activity going on with this. And yeah, like, you know, not they're like they had the thing launched in Calgary, some mindset. Okay, this is a business mindset. Okay, so over here we see this is when they're in Calgary yesterday. You know, that's why I wish I showed you. So all these guys, you really, I don't know if you know some of these guys, but they're all in the real estate. So today now they're in BC, right? They're launching in BC. Also, this is just a little insight on the Calgary. You see successful launch in Calgary. Teams growing out here, going to BC. Also, right now they're going Montreal. Montreal launch going on the 29th, right? So it's pretty much all over. So you see that it's bubbling, you know, pretty much what's going on, right? And
So, so
the reason why is because people have these issues, and many people, you are walking around and you don't even realize that they're suffering, but they are. You know, they're suffering internally. You know, and we see the diseases: heart disease, Alzheimer's, stroke, chronic disease, lower respiratory, colon thing, kidney problems. You know, all of these, diabetes, right? These are all causes of, the main underlying reason is insulin resistance, right? You can even look this up. So insulin resistance, when your body's insulin resistant, right, then all of these are side effects of it: strokes, diabetes, dementia, heart disease, body fat, PCOS, fatty liver, cancer, migraines, low testosterone, right? All of these is because your body is insulin resistant, right? You'll see skin tags, you know, on your thing. You'll have skin issues, fat storage, high insulin. You see, even erectile dysfunction, you know, loss of strength and stamina, you know, man boobs, fat accumulation around the waist, right? Acne, infertility, hair loss, excess facial hair, skin tags, cravings for sugar, brain fog, anxiety, depression, right? Upper abdominal obesity, high blood pressure, right? All of these, the underlying cause is insulin resistance, right? And people are not aware of this, right? People will, and then what will happen is they'll go to the pharmaceutical companies, right? And they'll say, "Oh, I have high blood pressure," and then what they'll do is they'll give them high blood pressure medication. But the high blood pressure medication is not to heal them from high blood pressure. It's just to suppress it a little bit, right? And you know, obviously, the pharmaceutical companies, they're in it for money, right? The one major thing what's going on right now is Ozempic. It's right now, in the past year, it's actually the number one drug that's sold in the market, and it's valued at over 500 billion, right? And if you see Ozempic, the reason why Ozempic is so popular is because, number one, it helps with diabetes, but also with what people are using it for is for weight loss, right? Because with diabetes, you know, as you take the insulin, right, and Ozempic and stuff like that, it mimics something called GLP-1, right, which suppresses your hunger cravings, right? And by doing that, people are losing weight. You see Oprah, you see, you know, all these big celebrities that were big are now you're seeing them slim down. But the thing is, there's so many side effects in Ozempic, so many side effects, right? And they're all coming out right now, but yet Ozempic was still FDA approved, right? So from when you were FDA approved, you see how it skyrocketed in terms of sales, right? Over 300% annually. It's been increasing, right? And because of the demand of it. So the product that we have in a digital franchise, it's a system. It's called Feel Good System, right? Or Feel Great System, right? And all it is 2 products and 1 practice, right? And with 2 products, 1 practice, it's so easy. Anyone could do it, and why it's making measurable results. All right, and these are scientifically proven, right? Through clinical studies, right? So this is the process. Very simple. And what it is Unimate in the morning, Unimate for lunch, and then you can eat or you can keep fasting, and then before you take your first big meal, or even if your dinner's your biggest meal, then you take something called balance. Okay, so Unimate is an extract of yerba mate. Have you heard about yerba mate?
Oh, yeah, is that the drink that Misty normally takes?
Yeah, and that's it. Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, you know about it. Yeah, so it's actually grown in Argentina, right? So Messi and all the Argentinian players, actually World Cup, they ship gallons of it down, you know, so that they could have their yerba mate, right? And the reason why they drink yerba mate so much is because yerba mate contains just about every nutrient necessary to sustain life, right? So it's full of vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin E, calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, so everything, all the nutrients to sustain life are in yerba mate. And it's so good for you that they actually call it in Argentina the drink of the gods, right? Because it does so much for you, right? And also, yerba mate because it's a purified extract. It actually suppresses your hunger because it's actually full of all these nutrients. So your body feels kind of like it's settled. You're not going to feel those hunger pains when you have yerba mate, right? And when you have yerba mate, that's why it allows you to fast. And it's like fasting is it's so easy to fast, right? Because the yerba mate is going to keep you sustained because has everything that you need to sustain your energy, right? And that's what is in Unimate. It's an extract of this plant, all right? So it's an all natural, all right? And it's actually the company with this extract that they have, it's actually patented, right? Because they perfected a process where they handpicked the yerba mate plant to make sure it's the purest plants. They fire roast it, then they extract it and put it in a concentrated form, right? Which is purified, right? So when you with the yerba mate, you know, you get no crashes, right? It comes with a natural caffeine, right? So it doesn't go up and down like coffee spikes and all that, right? It suppresses your hunger and cravings by using stored, and you have your stored fat for fuel. So that's why intermittent fasting is so powerful, and it helps with losing weight so fast because what happens is when you're fasting, then your hunger it goes to your fat, and your fat actually it get burns for energy, right? So you get energy from your fat instead of energy from food that you're eating, right? And by it using your fat for energy, you know, it automatically makes you lose weight. Me myself, I've been involved for about 2.5 months, and I've lost 10 pounds. I'm already a slim guy, but I've noticed the difference because I've had fat. I was chubby. You know, here I have a picture. We just went to Jamaica. I don't know if you can see me here, but over here, I'm a little over there. You see, I'm a little chubby guy over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
But but now I've actually noticed it slimming down, and I went on the scale the other day, and I seen I lost 10 pounds. Like wow, okay, like this thing really works. Like it's not just no gimmick or anything. Like, this thing really works, right? It boosts your mood, mental, and physical performance, improves endurance and strength during exercise, high quality purification, free from contaminants and pesticides. So there's no pesticides, no contaminants. It's all natural. I've noticed a boost in my energy. My skin has gotten clearer. My focus is a lot more good. Every morning, like just being in real estate, I get up and I go. So having the Unimate is very helpful for me as well, because I'm on the road, but I could take my Unimate with me and I drink it throughout the day. And I don't feel like hungry, while I'm out there and working. It's actually holding me. So, these are just some stats of what it does. Liver protective effect. With or with Unimate and without the Unimate, right? GLP increase. So GLP is a hormone within our body that makes us feel as we're full. So Unimate, see, as you take Unimate, your GLP increases, right? And then weight gain, we see in what Unimate, when people are eating, their weight, they're not actually increasing their weight from taking this product. So that's the one product. The next one's called Balance. All right. So both of these are together. It's all a system. It's called Feel Good System. So Balance is a fiber, right? But it's more than a fiber. So it's actually food. All right. It's not no pre-mixed thing of anything. It's actually real fiber that's actually concentrated within this Balance. It's in a sachet. So I have the sachet right here. Do you see it? Right. It's in a
Yeah.
sachet. Just tear it off, pour it in water, right? The Balance is in something like that as well. And then what you do is you take a Balance before your meal. So you just go pour it in, stir it, drink your Balance, and then you eat. And you can eat whatever you want, right? So it's not a diet where you have to go and eat greens all day or whatever. Eat whatever you want, but have balance first, right? Because the Balance is kind of like it's kind of like a digestive condom in a sense, where it's protecting your gut as your food is going down. So that's why you take it before the meal. So as you eat your food, it's actually changing the profile of your food and enriching it with all of the benefits of this fiber. So you're getting all the vitamins, you're getting calcium, you're getting all these things that are going down with your food. So everything your food's not able to absorb, with the Balance, it actually absorbs, right? And it helps the slower digestion of carbs, right? The healthy blood glucose, insulin, cholesterol. It makes you feel like you're full, right? And it's actually helping. Like you'll actually notice a difference within a week of you taking Balance and Unimate. You'll notice the difference. Everyone has their own personal testimonials, right? But this is the science to it, right? Because they have clinical studies, right? So without Balance, when you eat, like say you eat carbohydrates, there's a spike in your blood sugar, and then it crashes, right? And when it crashes down, this is why people have low blood pressure or high blood pressure, right? And but when you have Unimate, right? I mean, sorry, when you have the Balance, then your insulin levels are controlled, right? So it's actually that's why it's called Balance. It balances your insulin levels, as you take the Balance, right? So it's Health Canada approved, right? They have the NPN number, and if you look here, it shows in here what Balance does. So it helps normal growth and development, helps to prevent nascent deficiency, and help support healthy cholesterol levels. In all through here, it talks about the lower your blood total, low density, helps in the development, maintenance of your bones and teeth, especially in children, right? It helps for a healthy diet. It helps maintain a normal blood glucose levels, maintains healthy skin, helps maintain healthy bones, hair, and nails, and maintains everything. It does a lot, But when you go on Health Canada and you type in Unicity and type in Balance, you can actually pull up the report. They're actually Health Canada approved. So This company is not a new company, right? It started as Rexall, in Rexall, and Rexall had a supplement division called Rexall Sundown, right? And that's when Balance was launched in 1990, right? And in 1990, the Balance has gotten so much, praise, and everything like that. The only thing is Rexall had it in their shelves, right? So when you go in the store, you'll see Balance, you'll see Metamucil, you'll see Balance, right? And most people will go towards Metamucil because it's cheap, right? And Balance was a little more pricier on, right? But people needed the education so people could understand the difference between Balance and Metamucil, right? And because of that, they took it off the shelves, and then they implemented it into the network marketing concept, right? And for people to be individual franchise partners and owners of this product to go out and market it. And that's when the company really took off. Unicity was formed in 2001, right? Stuart Hughes is the CEO, and currently CEO. He took ownership in 2006, right? And then in 2015, they had global manufacturing facilities. There's actually 2 in the US and then 1 in Asia, right, for the manufacturing plants, right? And then Unicity was launched in 2016, right? That's when they patented the actual yerba mate extract, right? So no one else can sell this but us, but the franchise owners can sell this Unicity and Balance because they're both patented, right? And then what happened in 2021, because of the benefits from both products, they put them together, right? And they launched a Feel Great system. So once they launched a Feel Great system, the company took off. It's a multi-billion-dollar company, right? They're 100% debt free, right? And they're currently in 62 countries around the world, right? Today, so far, do you have any questions or anything like that?
No.
Okay, everything's understandable.
Yep.
Good stuff. All right, so the process is simple: Unicity, Balance. So I had my Unimates. I haven't had my Balance yet. I just actually got home not too long ago. I'm gonna go eat something and then take my Balance before. It's a very simple process, but we got to get down to economics. You're a developer, so you understand market trends and what market demand and supply. That's what economics is. It's supply and demand, right? Basic economics. So right now, with the population in Ontario at 50 million, and in Calgary at 5 million, right? All we're looking for right now is 1%, right? Because what happens is this company pays out 56% of its profits to franchise owners, right? And the 56% profit within Ontario, it generates about 180 million a year, right? Just for 1%, right? So in Calgary for 5 million, right? For the 1%, you're looking at, that's light. That's 100, like it's around 10,000 people, right? So it's like 100,000. So with 100,000 people being on this Feel Great system, right? There's hundreds of millions of dollars that's getting paid out to us, right? And it's actually happening really fast because there's such a high demand for what we have, right? That's why Ozempic, they increased over 300% per year from this, and we have a natural alternative, right? And it's not just what Ozempic does, but all blood pressure medications, cholesterol medications people are coming off, skin medications, so much stuff people are coming off just because they're on this Feel Great system. Thousands and thousands and thousands of testimonials, right? And this is from customer base, right? But we need more distributors on board, because as we have more distributors, we can reach out to more people, that have these problems, and we can help, right? So there's 3 steps to success, right? And the 3 steps to success: number 1, set up your franchise. Number two, just have customers buy from your digital franchise, because all on your phone, everything's done on your phone, right? You have your link, you send it, your link, people buy from your link, and you'll be surprised how people will buy from your link. I have people that I had no idea they were pre-diabetic. So many people are diabetic and pre-diabetic. Since I've been involved with this business, that's when I found out. But I had no idea. You know what I mean? But so many people are on blood pressure medication and are on diabetes medication, right? So you'll have you get customers, and then number three is duplication, right? The duplication model is why everyone's scaling so fast, because so many people need it, and as we have franchise partners on board, it's helping the outreach get out there more, and people are just gravitating towards the system, right? But the system has to be simple, right? And that's why we have these 3 steps to success, right? So number one, setting up the franchise, right? So it's a business builder, right? So it's a one-time payment, right? It's $18.49 plus HST, right? And when you get this, what happens is you get 10 of the Feel Great systems, right? 10 ready for resale. You could use it yourself, whatever, but they give you 10 of these. So each a box lasts 1 month, right? So pretty much you get a year's supply of the product. Use it yourself, share it with others. Anyone that that is looking to improve their health, which is everybody, right? People, and then at the same time, you have your product ready, but it's for you to use, right? But once you get this business builder and you set up the franchise, it's only one time. You never have to pay again, all right? And as you get this package, immediately you're eligible, for commissions on sales for the product, right? And then you get $250 off all future 10 packs that you get, so you get a discount off any other 10 pack that you buy, right? For the business builder. So that's all it is to set up a franchise. One time, if development, real estate, like I have clients all the time, and I'm talking to a lot of my clients right now as well, because everyone's interested in real estate. That's my number one go-to, right? But it has been a challenge in terms of people getting a down payment to get into real estate investing. Having 100, 200, 300K available, for them to go and put money down to start earning cash flow on an income property, right? But this right here, 1849, you get on board with the pack. You set up the franchise. Your website set up. There's training, limited training. There's the network, which is priceless, right? And the network is all over, man. We'll connect you with people out there in Alberta, but when you come out here, you're connected with everyone here. We're all part of the Unicity brand, right? And everyone does different things, man. We have entrepreneurs. We have people that the owner of California Sandwiches. I don't know if they're out there in Alberta, but this is California Sandwiches is a franchise in itself. There's over about 40 locations in Ontario, and the owner of all of them is a part of this business, the digital franchise, right? And one of the reasons why he's involved, because there's no overhead, so there's no monthly costs, there's no employees that you have to pay. There's the only expense is that you're gonna get 10 boxes of this product free to use and free to get better, right? But now you can also go out and sell it to people, right? So that's the business, 100% ownership, no operational headaches or costs, set your own schedule, no employees, community, training, and support. A global business, we're in over 62 countries around the world. Major tax advantages, patented products, so only we can sell them. The company is 100% debt-free, privately held, unlimited income potential, and the payout residual income. Step number 2 is get customers. So on your site, this is kind of how your site looks once you get set up. Then on there you have a referral link. Your referral link has your customer link. You just send that to anyone that wants to get on the program, and get the Feel Great system to use it. And within their first month, they're going to notice differences. But after about 3 months, there's actually a 90-day money back guarantee. So if people are doing tests, they could actually go take a blood test and a test on a cholesterol. And within within 3 months, 90 days, if they don't see any improvement in the product, and they don't need any reason, if anyone that purchases this, if they don't see any improvement in the product, they get a full refund 90 days. Right? It's unheard of in the industry. Most people do 30-day money back. Just a 90-day money back guarantee. Right? And then step number 3 is duplication. So this right here, these are images right now of people who are on the product using Unicity, right? And you see the transformation in weight loss. And these are real results. Like, these are people, some of these people are in our Toronto office. Like, this is my head. He's in our office. And everyone tell you it's life changing. It's life changing. You see her right here. You see the difference between her in the same shirt, right? And it's not like it's gonna take a year for you to lose weight. Like, within your first week, within the first month, you're gonna notice a difference, right? So it's instant results. That's why it's so powerful and why it's growing so fast. So step number 3 is duplication, right? So this is franchising partners. Same thing. It's all on your digital site, right? So on the site, when you go on there's a link right here. You copy this, you send it to anyone that wants to be a distributor, right? And then once they sign up, then they become a franchise partner, right? And as their franchise partner, this is where duplication comes in, because most people who start as customers end up becoming distributors, right? Because first off, we get discount on the product, right? And then also they're automatically telling their friends and their peers, right? Like, I had a customer of mine that came on as a customer and was sharing this with her friends and her peers, and then her friends and her peers are now using my link to purchase. So right now she's working on it, but she wants to become a distributor because she sees that everyone that she's sharing this with is, I'm making money from it, But like, hey, like, it's not just the fact that I'm looking to make money. It's just that's how she chose to get started. Because sometimes people want to use the product for themselves, and then growing after, once they believe it, then they become franchising partners, right? So franchising, franchising, and this is why digital franchising, and for you to understand this is why all the realtors are getting on, right? This is why people, once they understand digital franchising, then they get it. Most people don't understand the franchise concept, right? So McDonald's, Starbucks, Tim Hortons, right? Each individual McDonald's has a franchisee, somebody who owns the McDonald's, and then they'll go and they'll sell their burgers, they'll sell their fries, and they'll make money from what their store produces. But McDonald's, the franchise, they actually make money from every single location. Okay, now this is how they duplicate. This is how they scale, right? So this is directly from the McDonald's website. So if you go on mcdonaldsfranchising.ca, you'll see. So they have over 1,400 locations across Canada, right? They have over 100,000 people employed, right? But this is the key number right here. They serve over 1 million customers per day, McDonald's, through all their franchises, right? And that is why McDonald's makes a lot of money, the franchise, because every day they're selling over a million customers. And say that the franchise fee in most franchises is about 6 to 10%, right? So let's say they get the bottom line 6% off each customer, right? Then they're bringing in over, like millions of dollars per day, right? But to own a McDonald's, you have to own a minimum. You have to put in 500,000, and you have to have over 1.5 to $2 million in the bank in order to launch a franchise of McDonald's, right? So not everyone's able to launch McDonald's, right? And this is franchising, and this is why what we're doing right now with the digital franchising is we're waking people up to understand how the rich and wealthy are really using duplication, as a model to build generational wealth. So mom and pop shops, say you have your food truck, say they drive around every day, they make about 100 to 200 sales, right? But they're selling burgers, right? They sell burgers, all of these are selling burgers, but the difference between individual sales and then franchise, right? So they're making individual sales, So they'll sell 100 to 200 burgers, right? Let's say they sell 200 burgers and say they make $5 each. So each day they'll make about $1,000, right? On this low level, right? Then you have your mom and pop. They may make 500 to 1,000 sales per day, right? So say 1,000, let's say they make about $5 per day, right? That's $5,000 per day they'll make, right? But Five Guys, they own multiple chains. They have multiple chains, all across North America. And as a franchise, when they're selling, it's each location, the franchise gets paid. So they're actually selling over 100,000 burgers per day, right? And then McDonald's, we know McDonald's the biggest chain, right? But they're also a franchise. They're serving over 1 million customers per day, right? And that's with the franchise. So with the digital franchise, and this company, they're allowing us to be on this upper part. They position our motto is for you to be able to franchise, meaning that you own a franchise. Once you become a distributor, you now can move like McDonald's franchise, because any distributor that gets on board and becomes partner with you, and they're going to partner with us, our whole team. But when they partner with you, that's like you selling a McDonald's. Because what happens is you get collective royalties from every sale that they make. And it goes down the line. Anyone that becomes a franchise partner, any sales they make, you get a royalty. And not just any sales they make, but anyone who becomes a distributor through them, you get a royalty. So does that make sense to you so far?
Yeah, that makes sense. That really makes sense.
Okay, good stuff. So, if I was to ask you, Peter, how much extra realistically, I want to keep it 100 with me. How much extra money per month is enough to make an impact on you?
Extra money, I'd say $5,000 would be nice.
Mm-hmm. That's really reasonable. That's on actually the lower end, which is within a year, you'll be there for sure. Within a few months, to be honest with you, because the motto that this company has is 2 customers and 1 partner a month. Is that do you feel that's something that's doable?
Yeah.
Right? Because through franchising, you get to it's duplication. You're running the duplication method. So the business you start, it's you in the business, you're my partner, right? And there's 12 months in a year, right? So each month, you just get 1 partner and 2 customers. So how that lines up is at month 1, you will be in a business of 2, right? And then month 2, you and your partner get 1 partner, right? So now you're in a business of 4. Make sense?
Yep.
Right? And then in month 3, it duplicates again. You're in a business of 8, right? And then so on. So 16, 32, 64, month 7, 128, and just rounding up for easy purposes of math, in 8 months, 250 franchises will be in your organization. Month 9, 500. Month 10, 1,000. Month 11, 2,000. Month 12, 4,000. And everyone's following this model. And it's such a doable model. And honestly, it just happens organically, because you'll be surprised how many people are suffering right now, whether it be health-wise or financial, right? So do you know, let's say 12 people that maybe can earn an extra 5 to 25,000 a month?
I feel like I do not, but I know a lot of fat people that could use this product.
Yeah, for sure. No, honestly, and that's the thing. The good thing with the digital franchise is that it doesn't even have to be people that you directly know, right? it could be just people that you're connected to through other people or whatever the case may be, right? I'll keep it 100. Like even like me and you, we don't have a personal relationship, but I'm glad that we connected now. We could grow one, right? But a lot of people that I've been meeting with, I know them in the social world, right? But not really personally, right? But it just grows, right? So, but I'll tell you right now, everyone's looking for some extra 5K or whatever the case may be per month, right? And everyone's looking to be healthy.
That's right.
So within 12 months, you'll have organization of 4,000 people, right? And even if you say you don't know 12 people, right? And you say in a year, say you had 8 people, right? 8 people will go to 250. But just for the purpose of the duplication method to show you how it works, in 12 months, 4,000 people in your organization, you only had to share it with 12 people, but your whole organization will be 4,000 people. And what happens with this company is that they pay a $5 royalty, right? Because with the model that we have with one partner and 2 customers, right? Let's say half those customers aren't there, and you have half. So that in a year you'll have 10 customers. Your 4,000 people in with that are franchises, just like McDonald's, how they have all the franchises, right? And let's say average they have 10 customers. The company will pay you $5 royalty every month on every customer in your organization. Not that you personally got, everyone in your organization. So for example, let's say if you were to come on board today as a customer, then Bikram will earn a royalty, right? I will earn the direct commission, which is $20 to $25, but Bikram will get royalty. Let's say you come on board as a partner, and then you have a customer, Bikram's going to get a $5 royalty, right? So right now, that's why right now he's in a year and a half, he's at 160K a month, right? And with this model with 4,000 people in your organization, that equals $200,000 a month, right? And this number seems extreme, but in our office, there's over probably like 30 people in our office that are earning over 100K a month from it, and I see it hands-on, and we're expanding, and Alberta's brand new. So it's kind of like it's fresh ground. Even Toronto's brand new, right? So there's a lot of people that are looking for extra 50K a month, right? And we got to take advantage of our first movers advantage, right? Because we're the first to know. We're the first to know about this. This thing's growing like crazy, right? Right now we're in a concentration phase. We're at that tipping point where the momentum is building. As you see, we're going in Alberta, BC, and this is in over 62 countries around the world. Like if you go to Asia, like Unicity is a household name. It's in everyone's house, right? Right now in North America, it's brand new. So it's not brand new, but it's now expanding in North America, right? And there's focus in North America, right? And primarily because of our team, a lot of ambitious people are getting on board. Entrepreneurs, developers, business owners, realtors, mortgage brokers, people who are used to making good money, are getting on here for as a next income source. And the great thing about it is part-time. It's on your phone, right? It doesn't take away from your regular day-to-day. You do what you do in your prime time, but you're meeting people all the time, and you'll be surprised how many people are unhealthy, right? So take advantage of the first mover's advantage, right? You're the first to know. So now you walk around with your drink, people, what's that? And then you just tell them what it is, right? And you go through the process that I went through with you. And that's why I made you go through the process, so you know how easy it is, right? So based on supply and demand, we know there's a high demand and there's no supply for that demand. So that demand needs this supply, right? And we need to fulfill that supply. But we're not looking to fulfill the full supply. Right now, we're only looking for 1%, right? So Can you see the opportunity?
Yeah, the opportunity is really wild for sure.
Yeah. So in 2023, in North America, registered in the system of people who are on the field grade system was 300 people. Now in 2024, this is actually the about, I think 2 months thing, this number. Now we're at 15,000. So we were at 12,000. Now we're at 15,000 customers that are using the field grade system, right? And in 2025, where do you think we'll be?
I think you'll be crazy, honestly.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. Now, you know what? I personally would not be interested in doing this business,
Mm-hmm.
and I will tell you why. Uh I've been part of a few network marketing, companies before, right? But
Mm-hmm.
what happens is that they kind of kill my ambition, of like real estate or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a cycle that I've kind of realized, but I know people that could use this business. Like I know my
Yeah,
mom, I know my
yeah,
sister.
nice.
She could be. I know somebody who is fat. Like she has a
Yeah,
few fat friends, and they
yeah,
can make money at these.
yeah, for
But
sure.
I feel like I really like the whole business model where it's you're actually selling a product that
Yeah,
contributes to somebody's life. Like at the end
exactly.
of the day, like whenever you see that somebody, they're just gonna smile at you because you impacted their life. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm just trying to find out a way. I'm like, okay, well, how do I pass this lead on to my uh to my uh to my people without me doing it? Are they gonna
Yeah.
be like, oh, you can't
So
do it? Why aren't you doing it? So
yeah, so pretty much how to get started, right? So there's two approaches to get started. Number one, there's a customer subscription, right? So you could be a customer, right? Use the product, right? It's 179 plus HST, right? Use the product, you share it with your friends and family, monitor your personal benefits that you're getting from the product, right? Build belief in the product, right? And you receive a referral discount, right? And then if you believe in a product enough, then upgrade as a digital franchisor, right? And then there's a fast approach where immediately, right away, you get your 10 boxes, you become a franchise distributor, and then you'll get your website, you can go off and you can just send your link and sell to people, right? In terms of time, me, I'm a full-time realtor, right? That's what I do. But
mm,
I'm in so many meetings where this just comes up, man. You'll be surprised, and what? Now that we had the conversation, you'll see. Like as you go about your day, just take a look at how people are unhealthy. Like you said, people who you were already off the top. You can think of people who are unhealthy, right? So now it's kind of like you have a solution for them, right? And that's what I'm saying. So there is it's two approaches, right? So it's not an approach where this is your end all be all. This is what you're focused on. This is what you're doing. That's not how I'm approaching it, right? My approach is, I needed a product. You know what I mean? And the reason why, because I had digestive issues. Sometimes I'll be on the toilet for forever. My wife wonder what's going on, right? So I personally have digestive issues, and I used it, and it's a game changer. And to be honest, after my first month, I believe in it so much that it's like I have to share this with people. I have to share. So my wife's using it now. Like I have my mother-in-law, my wife's mom. Is my mom's still stuck in prescription model because she has high blood pressure.
yeah.
Right. I told her about it, but she's not there yet, but she'll get on it. You know what I mean? Because she goes and she buys high blood pressure medication all the time, and it doesn't do anything. This right here is proven through science. Like there's over 15 clinical studies, including Cleveland Clinic, showing that this thing it helps with blood. The people are coming off their blood pressure medication. people are coming off the diabetes medication by being in this feel great system, right? So in time, I she'll get on board, but she's still stuck in this pharmaceutical thing where she'll just take a Tylenol. She feels a little headache. She wants to take a Tylenol. You know, I tell her, I said, listen, these companies aren't here to help you, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, my wife uses it. My mother-in-law is getting on it, you know, because she was looking after my kids for me and my wife. We celebrated 10-year anniversary. So we went to Niagara Falls. Thanks, brother. And my wife's mom was looking after them, and she's seen my feel great system in the house. And after when she came, she's like, "Oh, I seen this thing in your thing. I was reading it. You know, I want you to tell me more about it." I said, "Yeah, no worries." So I'm gonna talk to her more about it and, you know, get her involved. But it's something that you'll be surprised how many lives you could change. You know, so it's goodwill, right? But you know, you have your choice of how you want to get on board. Most people start as customers, right? And then just through the use of it and them seeing all the benefits, then they say, you know what, I want to become a distributor, right? You know, so in terms of me saying, yo, forget about development, you know, and focus on this. That's not what I'm saying. You know, what I'm here just to show you what's going on, right? There's a gradual approach where you just use the product, see how it is, see how you feel about it. You know, what if it makes me change your life or any of your loved ones' life. You know, anyone that you know maybe that has like any underlying issues, right? And then you see the change in their life, right? And then it will make you want to become a distributor, or you can just stay being a customer, right? But the process that we have right now is a systematic process, right? If you know 5 people who are looking to improve their lives, right? You know, send them through the system. So number one, send them to the site betterhealthwealth.org, right? In the site, there's a line in there that says, "Who referred this to you?" Right? All they'll do is they'll put in Peter, right? Your full name, Peter, whatever, in there. They go on the site, they watch the video, they see the stuff that's on there. There's going to be more stuff added onto that site, right? And then just put your name, right? And then from when they do that, they book a meeting on a calendar, right? Myself, I'll present to them. If it's not myself, we have many people on our team. Nancy, we have Karen and Christian. Bikram's there, but Bikram, he's all over, man. Bikram's going ham with this, you know. So, but he's still a part of the team, you know, to present, right? So you don't have to present anything. You know, all you really got to do is just send people to the site, Better Health Wealth, you know, for the information, and just tell them to put in your name when they register. So, right. So now after they put in your name, they see, okay, Peter referred them, right? And then yeah, we just go over the details with them. You know, we go over the details with them. Same thing I just went with you right now, right? And yeah, they could choose to either be a customer, right, or a partner. If they choose to be a customer, if you are a distributor, then we'll sign them on with your customer link, right? If you're not a distributor, then I'll just send them my customer link, right? And then they could just be a customer through me, right? And if they want to be a distributor, right, and it's another franchise that's under you, right? Another franchise that you have, just like McDonald's, you know, you have set up, and we'll do the same for them. So it's a systematic approach. It's really turnkey. It doesn't take time. It's just a system. Send them to the site. Let them go through, go through the details. Let them, you know, see the details themselves. And then when they're ready, they book a calendar. They book an appointment, just like this one, right? And then after, from here, I just explain everything to them, or, you know, someone on our team will present to them. And then after that, you know, they either choose whether they want to be a customer, whether they want to be a distributor, or, you know, or, hey, thanks for listening. You know, that's pretty much what the process is, right?
Yeah, no, thank you so much for the chat here.
Yeah,
This,
man.
this is amazing. Like I could tell what this product is doing for you. Like, you know, it's I don't know, it Intron is probably 10, but you're still energetic and passionate, you know?
Yeah, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, like that's how lively you are, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's definitely, it makes me feel great, bro. Like I will say, you do feel great. You have energy throughout the day, you know. And yeah, it's like you feel excited again, man. Trust me. Like having issues with your body, is not a good thing. You know, I don't know if you've ever had at any time any type of issues, but it's not a great feeling, you know. And you know, through that you could be sluggish in a day. Your attitude could be poor. Your performance, you may not perform as well as you would like to, you know, and all these things that are going on just because this is your temple, right? A lot of people, you know, are not paying attention, but this is the thing that we're carrying with us, you know. So it's all about making sure that this thing is at its optimal best, right? Just like your car, you know, your car, you're taking it for the oil change. You're if your brake lights not working, you fix it. If you're, you know, like if the brakes are worn out, you change them. You know, like we maintain our cars, right? But this thing, this temple, this physical temple that we're carrying with us all the time, you know, we need to maintain it. We need to give it proper maintenance, right? And this system, that with the Feel Great system, it's only two things: Unomate morning, Unomate at lunch, and then a balance before your dinner. Have balance, and that's it, man. You don't change your diet. If you like to eat your burgers, your pizzas, or whatever, eat all your foods, and you'll still get everything that you need, you know, to have optimal health, you know. So yeah, man, that's it, bro.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, man. I appreciate you so much for. Thank you so much for taking your time out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep in touch. I'll pass on this information to my mother
Mm-hmm.
and to my other sister. If they want it, they will join it.
Yep.
But I definitely know, man. Like this is the perfect tool. If I did not have real estate development and private marketing in my picture, like I'm hopping onto this train because I know this is brand new and the first movers always make the most money in
Mm-hmm.
this. So,
Yeah,
but it's
man.
just
And
yeah,
just in terms of the development, you know, I just want to re-emphasize that there's a lot of developers that are partners in this business, you know. So I don't want you to make it seem like that's a restriction, you know,
no,
because
it's not a restriction, right? But like I'm already doing two things, right? So I'm doing
mm-hmm.
so I'm a dealing representative with an EMD, right?
Oh,
And I'm also doing development.
yeah,
I'm doing two things at once.
yeah, yeah,
You understand what I'm saying, right? So
yeah.
it's like I'm like, okay, it's I'm actually having to choose one at the end of the day. But I
Yeah.
feel like once I do a stable cash flow development, I'll probably just take out the development, right? And just kind of let the private markets go because it's a pain, you know,
Mm-hmm.
raising money in that world there. But uh,
Yeah, man. Hey, like, you know, the main thing is you came to take a look. You get what I'm saying? So now you know. That's the main thing, bro. You know, like you're definitely doing the right thing.
yeah,
Because now you know,
this is
right?
amazing.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Now this is a. I want to use some because I know there was. I want to use some of these products for sure.
Yeah.
I could use some
Yeah,
of these.
I'll send you the link, the customer link, right? And then yeah, like, you know, I definitely recommend you trying it out. You know, try the system, and it tastes delicious, by the way. So it's not nothing that tastes like, it doesn't taste like Pepto Bismol or anything like
Yeah,
that. You know, like
yeah.
it tastes really good. Like it tastes really good. You're like, it's
No,
something that you're gonna look forward to drinking, right?
this is a great product. I know, like, and you guys are gonna add on two more products as well. Like, I'm pretty sure. So
Nice.
it's just gonna grow. Like, I feel I've seen these businesses and like you're definitely selling a great thing. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
man, for sure. And then yeah, other than this, like I said, the development, you know, send me the details on that, right? I do have investors that are ready to go in Alberta, right? Obviously I don't know how much capital you're raising, but I know some people have a portion, you know, they could portion it out. Like, what are you looking to raise?
yeah. So I'm looking forward to raising some money, but essentially it'll be like limited partners.
Okay.
Just kind of people that
GPLP.
will, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's just a structure, right? So I'm the general
Right.
partner, and then I'm just seeking for limited partners that are, you know,
Mm-hmm.
willing to come out to Alberta to see that project and
Okay.
put some cash into the deal.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So yeah, on that front too, man. You know, we could partner up on that front too, brother.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up for sure.
Yeah, please do. Fill me in. Fill me in. Like I said, I have people that are ready, you know, on me for something good, you know. So obviously I just want to make sure I steer them in the right direction.
Oh, definitely.
Right. But yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, and you too, Peter. Have a good day,
All right.
brother.
All right, good chat. Bye-bye.
Bye.